So I created this crab on Patreon for Baking Fridays, and it is a pomegranate crab, and I really like how it turned out. So I thought, why not make more designs, maybe finalize the concept a little bit. I really wanted to see if I can create some different fruit crabs, so this is what we're gonna do today. Hey guys, so things didn't go as planned. If you can see here, there is a ripped page, and it's because I was trying a new medium out that a company sent to me, and I did not like it. I was struggling, I was not really enjoying it, plus there were some, I guess, defects-ish to the things that I was trying. So I wasn't really happy about the results, so I scrapped it and I even ripped the page out. So if you see anything from me, know that I've tested it already and that I actually like it, like the acrylic markers or any other medium that I have shown. But yeah, anyway, this is the second time, and womp womp, it also didn't work out. So yeah, here's a little sketch, but we will move on, flip the page, and basically start this whole thing again. So I flipped the page, I left the sketch where it was, I didn't rip it out as I did before because that would be wasting paper. But yeah, so I decided just to start over again on the next day, and yeah, let's just do it again, I guess, for the third time. Okay, so we are trying again. It's the next day, and I just decided to not look at the previous one that I did, so that was the grapefruit one, and just go completely insane. No, we are starting out with a banana-inspired crab. I don't know if it's very random, but it kind of is, but you know, here we enjoy the randomness, so you never know what you can expect, you know? Anyways, so I'm sketching out this crab, and I was just thinking that the peel of the banana will be the crab shell, or at least the upper part, and then the inside will be more of the mushy side. So that's what I was thinking about. I wasn't really sure of how I would make the claws and the legs, but you know, while I was drawing, I just went with whatever I thought was okay looking. I did consider making him more banana shaped, since right now while I was drawing him he looked very crab-like, but you know, you have to trust the process, and I knew once I laid down colors he would really have this banana feel to him, you know? All of the designs I kept quite simple. I didn't really dive that much into the anatomy. Like, they make sense, but if I had to make this for a company or something else, I would definitely invest my time looking more into the anatomy, because, you know, some things might not make sense, but we're just exploring the ideas here, so it's not really something that have to make sense. So the second one is a fig crab, and I might have forgotten to record some of the drawing process, so this one will be very quick, so we can just talk about this fig guy a little bit more once I start painting him in. So now we're on the last crab drawing, and yes, there is space for another one, and I did draw a fourth one, but again, things weren't really going as planned, so you won't see the fourth one because I also might have just put something on top of it because it wasn't really going the way I wanted him to go. But anyway, this one, if you haven't guessed, is a kiwi crab. I'm not sure if you can tell by the sketch, but I just wanted him to be quite round, and the kiwi inside part would be his belly part. So yeah. Okay, so as I mentioned, the underbelly would be lighter because it is the inside of the banana, so it will have this creamy-ish color, and luckily I had the right colors for this one, at least I think so. But yeah, I was just testing out what could look nice, and at first I thought this yellow would be too bright, but I am still gonna go over and just layer it more. But since I have this base color, then you know, something nice and bright can shine through. Anyways, I think it's quite fun to draw fruits. This kind of reminded me of when I was in school. We had to do some homework, and I don't remember what exactly it was, but I remember drawing tomatoes and bananas, and I think a milk jug. So yeah, I remember drawing that with pencils, and the teachers really liked it. I have no idea why. It was bigger than an A3, and it was a square format, and I don't know why I drew that, but they liked it, so I was happy because the teachers in my art school weren't really gravitating towards my pieces, since I loved more expressive colors, more bold-ish colors, I guess. And even though I could do what they asked me to and draw very realistically, which I did, I still apparently had something that they were missing. I don't know why, but in a way I know that they were looking for more academic, more desaturated kinds of pieces. So that's not really what I gave them, and even though my grades were still good, I wasn't their favorite student. So, you know, it's not you, it can also be them and the system. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, sometimes the things you do, some might not really like, and that's okay. Not all of us can like the same things, you know. But of course, it was the school and you had to follow the system in some ways, so I still try to do that. But this is a bit of a reason why I created my Instagram, why I started out painting all these different things, all the animals and everything, since I felt that the school was holding me back a little on what I wanted to create. But of course, the school was also really great on teaching the fundamentals, on how to look at things and how to approach them in the best way. So I'm not saying that the school was bad, it was really nice, but yeah, in some ways it tries to put you in a specific box. But with any schools, I think it's what you take from it, you know. You don't have to stay in the box, so you choose what worked for you and just go from there. Okay, so now we're on the second crab, and it's the fig crab. And I was kind of really nervous about this because if you look at images of figs, they have this kind of misty ish thing on them. I don't know how to explain it better. That meant that I had to work kind of smart with the layers and colors. So I was really trying to go for this misty ish, this white ish thing that it has, but I don't like really going on with white, so I went with more of this bluish purplish tint on top. So I basically laid down this first layer that is lighter, and I tried to make it speak it true, and then go over with this nice light blue to really make this misty thing that's going on. So I think I did quite well, and I like the colors. So maybe here in the corner you can see the fourth crab that I created, and originally he was supposed to be another pomegranate crab, but I really didn't like how it looked. Maybe the sketch was okay-ish, but once I started filling in the colors, I realized that I'm already tired and that I'm not putting all the effort I could put for the piece, so it became a bit blurry, and not in a sense that it is blurry like you can't really see it, but in a sense that the strokes and the colors don't really make sense. So I decided to just leave it be, because my brain wasn't thinking anymore. It was just going automatically. And sometimes it's what I like, but I know the difference between doing it passionately, I guess, when you know what you're doing, so you trust your strokes, but this time it was more that, my brain was going in auto mode where it just had to do it, and it was just going and putting in colors and thinking this somewhat looks correct, So yeah, I think the best choice then was definitely to stop. But of course, my brain that loves doubting itself was being a little bit mean. I struggle with perfectionism, and here it was definitely with me. So, perfectionism, I think, can be like a two-edged sword, because sometimes it does make you push yourself more than you would want to. And it's a good thing, because maybe you'll discover something new, or maybe you will put that extra effort. But most of the times for me, perfectionism is a bit of a more of a negative term, since sometimes I look at the pieces I've finished and I don't like it anymore as much as I like the process. So, it's a bit sad because you put all the effort in a piece and then it's just not looking the way you want it to, But what can you do? It's a thing that I think most artists need to learn how to navigate. And finally we are on the last crab, and this is the kiwi crab. He's a little bit weird, but you know, what can you do? We are drawing fruit crabs, so I think we had to have one crab that looks a little bit weird and not really that cute, but who knows, maybe you think he's cute. I would love to know if you think that, but yeah, for me, I think I could have done his belly part a little bit better, but since I wasn't really sure on how to approach this guy, I only knew how to make his fuzzy outside, and then on the inside I was really not sure on what to do, and I think you can definitely tell that when you see the finished piece. Of course, if you know that I was struggling, you know, but anyways, yeah, so this guy was a bit of a surprise to me because I did not know how he would turn out, but sometimes that's the fun in art. You never really know how the piece will look, and I love pieces that accidentally have turned into something totally different, you know, that you haven't really thought about. Anyways, I think my issue was that I separated the shell parts and the inside parts. I could have just made it into more of a kiwi-ish insides, but then again, I am not sure. Maybe if I flipped them and the inside was light and the hard parts were dark, I'm not sure, but since this is a sketchbook, it's just where I lay down my ideas, and you know, in the future I might remake them, and that's super fun because then you have all of this kind of visual library and idea library that you can just look back into. I don't think we just need to create it once and leave it be. Maybe I'll come back and make an even better kiwi crab. Also, a tiny little plug. I wanted to let you know that next Monday I will have a little shop update, and here's a tiny little peek because I didn't want to show everything that will be available on the shop, so definitely check it out. And if you do want to know more, I do tend to update Patreon and also Instagram on the things that will be available. So I will definitely have stickers from the cute little geckos and also prints from the goats and a few other little things. So yeah, I'm really excited to add more stuff and hopefully you will like it. So now we are on the last step for the crab, and I think the line art made it feel a little bit better, but you know, let me know if you like him. I still think I could tweak a few things, but you know, he's cute and round, a little bit weird, but we still love him. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video and looking at my silly little crabs. I hope your day was nice and I hope to see you next time. Bye!